Hello and welcome to a video from the Office of Human Resources. Today we're speaking with Beth Asher, the Senior Program Officer in the Conduct and Discipline Service of OHR. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
Can you please tell us about the work of the Conduct and Discipline Service?
Thanks so much for inviting me to talk, and I'm happy to do that. The Conduct and Discipline Service grew out of the Secretary General's management reform, and we're part of the Administrative Law Division in the Office of Human Resources. And to give you an idea of what we do and how this came to be, prior to management reform, peace operations received support from the former Conduct and Discipline Unit, which used to give guidance, advisory support, technical and strategic support on conduct and discipline issues. And one of the goals of management reform, of course, was to have an integrated approach across the Secretariat. So as Conduct and Discipline Service, CDS, while we still support peace operations, we now provide that same type of oversight and support and advisory service to all Secretariat entities. That means, in addition to 30 peace operations, 52 additional Secretariat entities. And of course, we provide leadership within DMSPC, so that's the ASG for OHR and USG Pollard, with advice and guidance on conduct and discipline issues across the board.
That sounds like a really heavy workload. So tell us, how is the Conduct and Discipline Service involved in action for peacekeeping?
Sure, absolutely. Well, just to give a little bit of context, Action for Peacekeeping, which is known as A4P, is the Secretary General's overarching approach to United Nations peacekeeping. And in 2018, the Secretary General invited member states to sign on to something that's called the Declaration of Shared Commitments. And it focuses on areas of improvement and areas where both the Secretariat and member states and them collectively could work to strengthen peacekeeping. And one of those areas is conduct and discipline. And that commitment is to strengthen the conduct of peacekeeping personnel with a focus on holding personnel and leadership accountable for proper conduct, including through support to the zero tolerance policy for sexual exploitation and abuse. So that's how we come to work in the area of A4P.
So what are some of the activities that the Conduct and Discipline section has accomplished so far?
Sure. Under A4P, we've done a lot of work with colleagues in the Department of Peace Operations, and we've also identified some specific activities and priorities to focus on. Last year, we focused on developing a misconduct risk management tool, which has been used throughout the Secretariat, but also for peace operations to help heads of mission and all managers and commanders better manage the risks of misconduct by their personnel. It's a comprehensive, super practical tool. It's publicly available on our website. And another aspect of what we did last year after it came out was we shared information about it with member states, especially for preparing uniformed personnel to come into peace operations. They can use the misconduct risk management tools to help prepare them and understand our approach to managing those risks. And as part of our outreach to member states, we also let them know a little bit more about our SEA e-learning program, which I think people know about because it's mandatory learning that we all have to take. But again, it's available to member states, and one of the things we wanted to do was to share it with member states and let them know how they could use it as part of their own national training activities.
And what are some of the conduct and discipline priorities as Action for Peacekeeping moves into 2021?
That's a good question because we're very busy with that to keep the momentum for A4P. And one of the things we're focusing on as a key priority is enabling member states to share good practices, some that are already well established and some that might be very innovative and are emerging practices in conduct and discipline, whether it's in prevention, so training, for example, or whether it's in enforcement, which could be something related, for example, to investigations, or whether it's related to supporting and assisting victims of sexual exploitation and abuse. So under that large umbrella, what we're doing right now is working on a meeting that USG Pollard and USG Lacroix will be hosting in early 2021 that brings together member states so that they can share their own good practices. We're gathering those practices, we're engaging with them, and hopefully that will give ideas to other member states of where they can strengthen their own approaches. And as a part of it, as a complement to that, there's also going to be a technical level meeting that's going to be co-facilitated by the Office of Human Resources and the Victim Rights Advocates Office. And that's going to look specifically at one area of conduct and discipline, which is paternity claims. So paternity and child support claims that mainly come out of allegations of sexual exploitation and abuse that are quite complicated and difficult to find lasting solutions for, and we're going to be asking member states again to come forward and share good practices around that.
Thank you for sharing the important work of the Conduct and Discipline Service.
It's my pleasure. Very nice to be here.